1994 Rover Mini. It's a very late model 1275 carburettor car. Obviously 94 there was the option of injection, but this is a carburettor car. Fabulous condition. The owner's been coming to our Sunday clubs and car meets and things for quite some time. He's a bit of a Mini aficionado. Actually writes for the Automatic Mini forum on sort of maintenance and guides and things like that. He's a bit of a wooden picket fan, because you'll notice there's wooden picket decals and things on the car. It's his sort of dream car, so obviously a man of taste. We'll start by having a good look at the bodywork, and then we'll move on to the interior and go for a cold engine startup. If we look down this driver's side, you can see it's lovely and straight all the way down there. It's not full of ripples or dents or filler or anything like that. You see all the body lines are good. Panel gaps are great all the way down that side. Starting with this driver's front wing, the arch itself, obviously the little arch extensions, they're lovely and clean. Inside those is nice and neat all the way around. And you can see there's a little bit of road grime in there, but lower down here, where normally you get a bit of stone chips starting and some rust, this one's very good. Wheel itself, I'm guessing these have been redone recently because they're in lovely condition. There's nice dark grey colour. Very good tyres, and I think we're on matching Falcons all round. Again, another good sign of ownership. Nice and neat on the rest of the front wing itself. And then in the seam here, where normally you can find a bit of corrosion coming through, that's all lovely and clean and tidy. Down the bottom of the windscreen, that's all very good. Around the windscreen washers and the wipers is all nice and neat. The seal itself is nice and fresh. It's not dried out or cracked. It actually has the little piece in there. They never have that, so that's always, again, another good sign. Coming up onto the roof, you can see lovely and straight. No ripples or dents in that. Inside the gutter is good all the way around, with the correct trim in the right place. And again, it has the little caps on it as well. Lovely and clean on the windows on this side. Quite often the drivers or the front windows, with them being rolled up and rolled down, can get ingrained with scratching, but as you can see, that's all good. Lovely and neat on the driver's door. If we're being really picky, oh no, that's dirt. There you go. I thought we found a stone chip. That's dirt. The seam down the bottom here, again, that's nice and clean. So is the one up the top. There's no sign of any cracking or corrosion on those. If we have a look underneath, again, a bit of road grime that wants cleaned off, but it's got the correct open vent sills. Floors itself, if you go underneath, all very good under there. Continuing our way down this side, lovely and neat on that rear quarter. Quite often you can get some stone chips down the bottom here, but this one's all good. You can see the rear subframe mounting point, really nice and neat. A little bit of road grime inside the arch, good pressure washing there would do good. But other than that, all very good. Another good wheel, a matching Falcon tyre. Coming back up this side, you can see, like I say, lovely and straight. No ripples, no dents. Round on the back, both taillights are bright and clear. And actually the chrome weight around there is very good. Normally they get a bit of pitting, that's all nice and neat. Chrome on the bumper's nice and tidy. It does have a stainless exhaust on it, which you can see is nice. See the battery box under there, all very good. On the rear subframe, nice and neat, just what you want to see. All the sort of areas you've got to check on these things is all very good. Around the hinges on the boot, nice and neat as well. And the seal on the back screen, just as good as the front, nice and fresh with all the right bits of trim in it. Round up the passenger side, apart from me not shutting the door properly. Nice and straight all the way up there. Not full of ripples, not full of filler. Panel gaps are good on this side as well. Another good wheel and tyre. And then that rear subframe mounting point on this side, again, all nice and neat, all the way along the sill, all good under there. Rear quarter nice and neat. And then onto this door again, you want to check these seams, like I said earlier on. That one's lovely. That one's lovely. Rest of that roof, lovely and straight. And then back down that side, like I say, really smooth all the way down there. On the front wing, same thing here. It's not got an excess buildup of paint. There's no cracking on the bottom of the screen. Everything's all nice and neat. And then on the front arch again, no sign of any marks there. And then the other seam you want to check is these ones along the front. That one's all very good. And that one's nice and neat. Quite often they can have too much paint in there or a bit of cracking, but as you can see, these are all very good. All your chrome work on the front is nice. Grille's good. Normally they've got a couple of dents in them. This one's lovely. We've got one little stone chip just there, and that's about it. So really nothing to pick up apart on that one. And then up onto the bonnet, all nice and neat. Moving on to the interior, and that door card, lovely and neat. It's got a standard Mayfair interior, which actually for me is the comfiest of the seats. Lovely and clean on the driver's seat. There's no sign of any wear on the bolsters or on the beading. And the same on the inner bolsters again. Lovely and neat. They're nice and firm all the way around. No signs of any wear on the steering wheel. Mileage wise, we're showing 22,981 miles. If you check the description, we'll detail everything we know as far as the history. I know the owner bought it on 19,000 miles. Looking at that interior, that all looks correct for the mileage. Even the heel pad down there, all nice and neat. If we lift that seat forward, back bench again, really nice and tidy. Backs of the seats are good. Headlighting's lovely and neat. He has had electric power steering fitted. Now, it's not been one just bodged from another car. It is a proper kit, which is always nice to see. Round into the boot, and again, you want to check in the corners here. And around the battery box, it's still got the cover, which is intact, which is nice. There's no sign of any trapped moisture, no sign of any paint, cracking or corrosion. Really lovely and clean in there. And then passenger side again, lovely and clean on that door card. The seat itself, all very nice. We do have 1 and 2 very small cigarette burns. A good upholsterer now, what they do is they put a bit of glue in there and then put the fibres on top. And actually the repair is very good. It's quite easy to do now. But the bolsters are all very good. All the piping's good. The wood, unusually very nice and neat. It's not got any lacquer peel or anything like that on it. And you'll notice another wooden picket sticker in there. Round the engine bay, all nice and standard in there, with the exception of it's got a K&N air filter, which, if you know these things, is the right thing to do. Charlie's going to fire it up for us. It was driven to us from about 30-40 miles away. Starts on the button. Charlie's quite impressed with the power steering. It's much lighter than a standard car. Really nice touch if you want to have a much more usable little classic. So there you have it. 1994 Mini Mayfair, 22,000 miles on the clock. Fantastic condition, ready to go. Thank you.